China is very vulnerable domestically at home right now. They're having their own issues with energy. They're having their own 2008 style housing bubble issue that's on the cusp of bankrupting their economy. So Xi is trying to saber rattle right now to show that he is strong domestically because he knows that Joe Biden in America is weak. We have two major issues. We rely on the Chinese Communist Party for our supply lines, all of our manufacturing. We sent that all overseas so that our elite could get rich and we could gut out our working class. And then also we rely on the Chinese Communist Party to buy our debt bonds. So economically, we are completely vulnerable right now to the Chinese Communist Party. That's what we need to concentrate on.
Well, Joe, really quickly to follow up on that, then if saber rattling is done to pacify or distract the domestic problems China has, how long until it takes more? If that Chinese economy crashes, what do? Do they fly over Taiwan? Do they invade Taiwan? Do they do something that requires a response from us and as such drag us into a war?
That's exactly right. They know that we're weak. They saw how Joe Biden handled Afghanistan and pretty much his entire foreign policy portfolio up to this point. So they will make a maneuver towards Taiwan to see what we'll do. This is where we need to project strength, but we also need to fight them on the economic battlefield because our elites are so compromised with the Chinese Communist Party. They refuse to let us fight on the economic battlefield. We have to get on a wartime footing to onshore our manufacturing, offensively use Trump tariffs like President Trump was doing, and then get out of this habit of just printing more money and making ourselves vulnerable to them, stopping from buying off our debt bonds.
Congressman, I see you nodding along. I'm going to ask you this and we'll leave it here, but I've even heard implications that watch the time frame after the 2022 Winter Olympics. Watch China around that time.
Well, that's absolutely right, and that's why I was the first in Congress to call for a boycott of what I call the genocide games. Remember, Russia invaded the Ukraine and took Crimea just months after the Sochi Olympics. But to Joe's point, he's absolutely right. This is economic warfare, and this hypersonic missile is the culmination of multiple decades of the Chinese stealing their way through to the top.